Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. Today we are going to learn the topic file handling, which is in chapter number 8 of IGCSE and O Levels book. Now, what is a file actually? Yes, any idea about the term file? Okay, the file that you use to keep your papers, fine. And besides this, definitely the computer file that you use. So the same is depicted here. So before computer was introduced, the topic or the word file always meant what is shown in the beginning, that the file that we were keeping the papers in. And now we are going to talk about files like Word file, etc., etc. So now we are going to learn what actually a file is. It's a container, and this container is going to store information just like the paper file. And it's very much similar to the same that we have talked about right now. It's a source of recording data on a computer storage device. By the way, I hope that we all know storage devices mean the place where you store your data permanently for future use. Like, for example, we are storing our data on our hard drives or SSDs or any other medium. So these are just the mean to store your computer file. Every single file has a name. Just like us, the way we all are humans and we have a name to be identified with. Similarly, every single file has its own name as well as its own extension. And basically these extensions tell the nature of the file. For example, the file can be the text file, means it contains only the simple text. It can be the data file, the one that contains your information, your data. It can be binary and graphics file. And similarly, it can be different types of files. Like nowadays, we come across different types of files, like the sound file, the video file, etc. So they all are there to store certain type of information. I think it's very much clear. The topic of file itself is clear. Now we are learning how to write a line of text to a file. For that, you need to know a few statements. You need to know the sequence, and you will be able to score very easily. The very first thing that you need to know is the first word is declare. So here you have to declare two variables, and these two variables are just declared just like the normal way we have been declaring the variables. So you can see here we have a variable by the name text line. Its data type is string, and we have my file, and its data type is also string. After that, the most important thing that we need to know is whatever my file that was declared as should be now storing the name of the file that is stored on your drive, on your medium. Like, what if I see my hard drive? What will I see? Will I see my text.txt or will I see my file? That's great, Ali. Definitely it will be storing the name of the file as my text.txt, and this my file is only needed for the internal working of your file handling. Because throughout your whole program, you are going to use the same my file. You can see nowhere the word my text.txt is written, because now we are using my file as a place to store the data or to retrieve the data from. So you can see the first instruction is open my file for write. Since I am performing the activity of writing a line of text, that's why it will be open my file for write. Then we have a message for the user, and that message is going to be a simple message. Please enter a line of text using output. Then we are using input, and here you can see input. After that, the variable text line is used, and whatever the user is typing, a line of text simply will be stored in the variable text line. And remember, it's just one line of text, because this is to be understood, to be learned by us in O Levels and IGCSE. After that, the input is given. Then we are going to use the statement write file, comma, and whatever the input is given by the user will be stored using write file, comma, text line. And you can see the instruction, open for opening, we are using for write, and then for writing, we are using write file, comma, text line. After we are done with all the activities of taking input and the writing of this writing stage, then in the end, we are going to close the file by using close file, brackets, and here I will use my file. So here you can see throughout, we are using my file for opening, my file for writing, my file for closing. Every single thing is actually done through your my file. Okay, clear? Definitely write file. After that, yes, Ali, definitely you are right. But after write file, we are using the text line because this is where the input given by the user is held. But definitely if I say that that process will be happening via my file into your text file, fine. After that, we have to learn how do we read the line of text back from the file. Now it's going to be stored. Now we are going to learn how the same line of text will be read and displayed. You can see the same two variables are declared here. Declare text line, colon string, its data type is string. Declare my file is also a string data type. After that, we are using the same line, my file equals to my text.txt, because the same file is there, which is storing the data. So we are going to access it via my file. How to read? The very first thing is you are going to have a message for the user so that he knows what is happening. Output with an output message. The file contains this line of text. And then you are going to open the file for read purpose. And please be cautious. The process is going to be for read when you are reading the file. The process will be for write when you are writing the contents of the file. Open my file for read. Then we are going to use the read file, comma, text line. Then that line is going to read a line of text from the file. And then we are going to simply output that particular line of text that is read. And in the end, we should never ever forget to close the file by using close file, brackets. In the bracket, we write down my file. I think it's very simple. You have comprehended it this well, isn't it? Just see the sequence. We are opening for read, then we are reading by using read file, then we are using output to output that particular line of text, and then we are closing the file by using close file. Clear? Okay, Jazakallah khairan kaseera for being a part of the learning journey. If you have liked my video, please subscribe to my channel. And besides this, do like my Facebook group so that you are getting the updates as soon as any new video is being uploaded. Share with your friends and family so that they all are a part of my of the learning journey. Allah Hafiz.